I didn't realize this while making my last video, but turns out that when you start this world, it starts at day 0, not day 1. So technically it's day 8, not day 9. So I'm gonna quickly change it and just get started. After one real life day, I decided to log back into the world. I didn't know what to do, so I immediately ventured out to look for an exposed cave to find some coal and iron, which, wasn't much. Iron is iron, so I put it in a furnace and went outside to realize that Dog had actually grown up. I was very happy by this. I like Dog. Dog is cool. For now, I'm not focused on Dog because now I want to travel, but first thing I wanted to do though was get a bed. Sheep is very sacred that it's hard to find them, and the only reason I want a bed is so I can sleep and also not worry about all the mobs. I then start off by making wool using string. I rarely use string, so I was fine with this. I then went back out to renovate the wall. Oh no, there was one part of it that just looked off to me. But then a zombie randomly came out of my mine shaft, which I had no idea how. Just to be safe, I went to grab a door. I placed the door in front and never worried about it again. With that, I proceeded to finish the wall. I did this because I wanted to make a farm because I knew these pork chops were not going to last forever. As night fell, I went back into my house because I knew it was time for me to survive the night. I won't show you too much, I'll just show you some of the best parts I got from this. On the rise of the true day 9, I went out killing mobs that might be in the area. As I did say before, I was after sheep. So most of day 9 kind of had me wandering around for some sheep, because I was kind of very desperate to travel far and wide. I did end up finding some sheep though. One of them was a black sheep and one of them was a normal sheep. It doesn't matter, we can always dye the wool, it's alright. But either way, we have enough for a bed now, so I immediately head home. And like I said I would, I dyed the wool, then ended up creating the bed. So now I was fully ready to go on my adventure. I found some blue dye while traveling for some sheep, so I used it to make a blue bed. I like the color blue, and it will stay like that for quite a while. I also in the end decided that I will bring my dog. I was kind of just hanging about till night fell to kill more monsters before I go out adventuring with Dog. Well, that was what I was gonna do till this happened. Edward kinda just stood there unharmed, just in case I did go to sleep. I didn't want to risk Dog dying, or Sasha and Edward. Now that it's day 10, me and Dog finally decided to go on the journey. Well, before running into some pillagers who randomly decided to attack us, though luckily me and Dog managed to take them out pretty fast. Now that we defeated the pillagers, it was time for us to go on our journey through the savannah. Hopefully if we can't find some savannah dogs in the process. We found a savannah village. Sadly, this village barely had any villagers. But luckily though, I did find one of the new mobs, the armadillo, so that was nice. Me and Doc then decided to stay at the village for a while. We didn't steal any of the food that they had. Okay, maybe we did, and now we're getting out of there as fast as we can. Because of all the villagers kicking me out, I now had to sleep outside, ending day 10. Sadness didn't last long because I eventually found myself a plains village. Next to the village was also a jungle, which is very good when finding the rusty wolf. I took the time to check out the village and steal all of their things. Next to the village was a ruined portal, so I decided to go there. The loot we had in there was pretty mediocre. Because of that ruined portal, my inventory was full to the brim. That didn't stop me, so I made my way over to the jungle, completely disregarding the sparse jungle I saw earlier. So I basically lost my chance on getting myself a rusty wolf Before I did anything, I went back to the ruined portal to sort out my inventory, as I wanted to make a lot of bread, but I left most of it back at the ruined portal. The pork chops I had were not going to last long. After I sorted everything, I went to sleep. I went to sleep with Doug by my side. Afterwards, I picked him up, then finally went into the jungle. This jungle was a very hard thing to crack through, but in the end I found a desert, and with that, I also found a desert temple. Honestly though, I was not in the mood, so I marked down the coordinates, and then ran all the way back home. I took the time to store everything in my chest, since I had way too much, then went down to the caves to find some coal, but got too scared and ran out of there as fast as I can. I made it home before night fell, but decided to stay up to kill as much mobs as I can. But I'll skip this part for you to save us some time. Don't worry, you weren't missing anything. It was quite boring anyway. It's now day 14, and a creeper has shown up on my front lawn, so I had to take it out very quickly. Annoyingly though, it attracted 2 other members. Luckily, I killed them fast enough before they even blew them up. Sadly though, there was a lot of creepers for me to clear out. It was very late at night when doing this, so after clearing out the creepers, I then logged out for the rest of the day. So it's been 2 real-life days since my last recording, so I was mostly getting used to being back in the world, and preparing to go to the desert temple I saw in my last recording. I also took the time to take out this pillager side from the pillager raiders 𝗶𝗷 had killed, and I also started building a path road. There's my boy Dog. Dog is great mad. I then went outside to kill some chickens, as I wanted their feathers, as I wanted to make a brush. All that I did today really was just to pass the time. So now it was nighttime and I had went to sleep. Beginning day 15, I also brought us some of the bones, just in case any dogs near come by. Beginning the journey once again. Dog is with me too, by the way. Though I followed the coordinates through the savannah, using brushes on the nearest armadillo I found, and got sidetracked because I found the spotty wolves. This was unexpected. I didn't think this would happen today. The only reason I went on this journey was to go to the desert temple. I didn't anticipate finding the spotty wolves here, since I checked the plateau last time and they weren't there. But now I have 2 and I feel great about myself. You can tell how happy I was here. Now at this point it was time for me to travel through the jungle. That was before I found pale wolves. After taming that wolf, I went through the jungle. I found the spawner nearby the cave. I marked down the coordinates and moved on. And then found the desert temple. I went over there and sat down all my dogs before going in. I made my way down the temple and searched all the chests. One of the chests I found had 2 armor trims, which was pretty cool. One of the chests had 3 diamonds. I was quite happy with that. And a bunch of other things that I won't list. Then I decided to build my way back up to the surface. I went up to pick up all my wolves and started making our way all the way back. In the process of the way home, since I had saddles, I decided to tame a horse and give it the most royalty armor in all of this game, diamond armor. After a bit of traveling, I finally made my way back home. First thing I immediately did once I got home was make wolf armor for my boy Dog. Yet again, there was another mob in my mine shaft that I rarely use. And I finally get to sleep in my own bed again. I immediately used the diamonds to make a diamond pickaxe. I decided to do a bit of sorting as well, as you can see here. Did some breeding with each other. That sorting took a bit, so I had to go and sleep. Day 18 I took a horse with me to get some obsidian. I also went on ahead to grab some flint. After getting everything needed, I made my way all the way back home. I decided to fully go into those caves that I was always too scared to go into. So I'm starting to prepare by making torches before I go in there the next day. After preparing, I went to sleep, getting ready to go to the caves. Today was the day I hit the caves. I decided to take the bigger tunnel and go straight from there. It didn't last long for me to run into a baby zombie. I would be fine with this, but then a second baby zombie came. It wasn't long before I found my first set of diamonds. And my second too. And also my third. And also my fourth one, as I came back up since I ran out of torches. It got dark when I was about to leave, so I had to sleep inside the caves themselves. I proceeded to make my way back up. Here's what I collected during that mining trip. First thing I did was make an enchanting table using the diamonds I'd mined. I then used some deep slate that I mined back in the caves to make some deep slate bricks. I thought it looked good on my floor, so yes, I'm changing the floors again. Since I had a lot of iron, I decided to make the anvil. After that, there was nothing else to do, so I logged off.